So hello and good morning to everyone. So our today's lead code question is 1582, that is special positions in a binary matrix. So in this question we are given a binary matrix whose size is m cross n, and we have to return the number of special positions in this matrix. So what is a special position? So a position is called special if the element is 1, that is the element at that index is 1, and all the elements in that row and columns are 0. That means if there is a 1 in any row and column, then there should be no other 1 in that row and in that column. If this condition satisfies, then this position is special, right? So let's see the example one. So see, we have this one, so let's check whether is it special or not. So check the column, so there is no other one in that column. Check the row. Okay, one more one is there, so this element is not special. Then again check this one, so there is no one in the row, sorry, column, and no one in the row. So yes, this one is a special position. Again check this one. As we know, this one is present in this column, so this one is also not special. So how many special positions are there? Only one. In example 2, if you see, there are three ones, so let's check whether this one is special or not. Yes, there are no other ones in that particular row and column, so this one is special. Similarly, this one is also special, and this one is also special. So total three special elements are there. So the answer is 3. If you'll see the constraints, so m is the length of the matrix, that is the number of rows, n is the number of columns, and m and n can be up to 100, and the number of, so the elements can be either 0 or 1. So let's start with the brute force approach, and then we will be optimizing this approach. So what we will do is, we will iterate over the 2D array. We will iterate over the array, and when we get a 1, when we get an element as 1, then what we do is, we will check first the row, that whether in the row all the elements except this element are 0 or not. If all the elements are 0 in that row, then we will check the column, right? And if we do not get any other one, if we do not get any other one in both column and row, then that means the current position is a special position, and we have to increase our answer by 1, right? But suppose here if we have got another one in the column, so we just ignore this position and move to the next position. So next position is 0, so no need to check. Again next position 0, no need to check. 0, no need to check. 0, no need to check. Now we get again 1, so what we do is, again first we check in the particular row. So we checked in the row, there is no other one up from this except this position. Then we check the column, so the column also doesn't have any other one, so now our answer has become 1. Then we move to the next position, which is again a 1, so we check the row, there is no other one. But when we check the column, there is a 1 present, so we want to be increasing our answer. So this way we will be checking all the elements, and at the end we will be returning the answer. So what is the time complexity of this approach? So total elements in a matrix having rows m and column n are m cross n, and suppose in worst case all elements are 1, and then for all element we have to check n elements in the rows and m elements in the column. So that means m plus n to check. So the time complexity is big of m into n into m plus n, that is the complexity of the checking of the elements. So how can we optimize this, right? So if you have noticed, So any special position, in any special position, the number of ones in that row and the number of ones in that column is 1 only, right? See here, this is a special position, so the number of elements of 1 in that particular row and that particular column is 1. Now check this one. So number of rows, number of ones in that particular row is 1, but number of ones in that particular column is 2. That's why it is not a special position. So what we do is, we will first count the number of ones in every row and every column, right? So here we have three rows, 0, 1 and 2. So what we do is, we will make an array row in which we will store the count of ones. So in row 0 the count of ones is 1, in row 2 also count of ones is 1, in row 3 count of 1 is also 1. Similarly we check in columns also. In column 0 the count of ones is 2, in column 1 count of ones is 0, and so this way we get the uh, count of ones in the particular row and particular column. Then what we do is, once we get the counts, after that we will iterate over the whole array. So when we get an element as 1, then we check whether the count of 1 in that particular row and column is 1. So see here, at 0 comma 0 we get a 1. So row of 0 is 1. First condition satisfies. Column of 0 is also is 2. So the condition is not satisfied, because in the column two ones are present. So that means 0 comma 0 is not a special position. Then we move to this element, that is 1 comma 2. So 1 comma 2 also the element is 1. Then row of 1 is 1, column of 1, column of not 1, so here column of 2, sorry, because the index is 2, and column of 2 is also 1. So both row and column has the count of number of ones as 1 only. So yes, this is a special position, right? So what we are doing is, we first store the count of number of ones in every row and column, and after that we iterate over the array, and when we get the element as 1, then we check if the count of ones in that row and column is 1, then that element will be counted as a special element. So if you'll see the time complexity, so time complexity is big of m into n, and earlier it was m into n into m plus n, right? So this extra was there, and space complexity is big of m plus n. So let's see the code of this second approach. So we have make a vector row and column in which we'll be storing the counts, and then after that we are using a loop to store the number of to store the count of ones in every row and columns, right? So we are increasing count of row and column, right, by adding mat of I comma j, because it is either 0 and 1. And once we get all the counts, then we'll iterating over the array. So if matrix of I comma j is equal to 1, means if the element is 1, then we check whether the row has the count of ones as 1 and the column also has a count of ones as 1. If all the three conditions satisfy simultaneously, then that means we are at a special position, so we have to increase the answer, and at the end we will be returning our answer. So I hope I am able to explain you the whole approach properly. So if you like the solution, please make sure to like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.